Stop overpaying mechanics now. The average driver loses nearly $700 annually on repairs they didn't need. Shockingly, nearly 60% of service invoices have at least one hidden scam. In this video, we break down 17 mechanic scams you never knew about. From phantom repairs to overpriced oil changes, you'll see exactly how shops make your money vanish. And don't skip ahead. Most people fall for number 4, and it's costing drivers hundreds every year. Scam number 17, the unnecessary add-on. Did you know that some shops can add $200 or even $500 to your bill for work you never agreed to? This is one of the sneakiest tricks out there. Mechanics might convince you that your car needs extra services, like fuel injector cleaning, engine flushes, or premium additives, right alongside routine maintenance. The catch? Most of these services aren't required at your mileage and provide little real benefit. Here's the tricky part: they make it sound urgent. If you skip this, your engine could fail, they say. And because the language is technical, most car owners nod and sign the ticket without a second thought. What most people don't know is that reputable mechanics and sources like Consumer Reports recommend these add-ons only in specific cases, usually far beyond 30,000 miles. Yet many shops push them at every service. The takeaway? Always ask if the service is necessary for your specific car and mileage. Request a written explanation and check it against your owner's manual. Don't let fear or jargon inflate your bill. Scam number 16, inflated labor hours. Some repair bills can double without any extra work being done. This happens when shops inflate labor hours on your invoice. They might claim a job took 3 hours when it actually takes 1. That's money straight out of your pocket, often hundreds of dollars. Mechanics do this subtly, listing tasks with vague descriptions like diagnostic labor or adjustment labor. Most people don't notice until they compare it to the standard labor times listed in guides like Mitchell 1 or Chilton. And even then, many feel intimidated to question it. Here's the part most drivers miss. Labor inflation is rarely obvious on the surface. It often shows up in small increments across multiple line items. By the time you total it, the overcharge looks normal. The safest way to protect yourself is to ask for a breakdown of labor hours before any work starts. Compare it to your car's service manual or online labor guides. When you know what's fair, it's much harder for a shop to sneak extra charges past you. Scam number 15, phantom repairs. Some shops will charge you for work that never actually happens. This is the classic phantom repair tactic, and it's more common than most drivers realize. You might pick up your car thinking the repairs were done, new parts installed, bolts tightened, but in reality, nothing was touched. And yet, you're billed for hundreds of dollars. The sneaky part is how it's presented. Mechanics may point to a needed repair with vague language like replaced worn components or tightened fittings, but there's no proof. Many people don't ask for pictures or receipts and just assume the work was done. That's exactly what these shops are counting on. Data from consumer protection agencies show phantom repairs account for a significant percentage of complaints at auto repair shops nationwide. And it's not just cheap work. Sometimes it's major components like alternators or brake systems that are repaired on paper but untouched. The best defense is simple. Ask for documentation, like before and after photos, part numbers, and receipts. If possible, have a trusted mechanic inspect your vehicle afterward. Being proactive stops shops from taking advantage of your trust and saves you a lot of money in the long run. Scam number 14, using low-quality parts while charging for OEM. Many drivers don't realize they could be paying premium prices for cheap parts. Some shops will install low-quality aftermarket components but charge you as if they used OEM, original equipment manufacturer, parts. That difference can be hundreds of dollars per part. The tricky part is that these parts often look almost identical. A brake rotor or a fuel pump from an aftermarket supplier might be packaged like the real thing. Mechanics rely on the fact that most car owners won't open the box or check the part number. By the time you notice, the warranty may have already expired. The consequences go beyond money. Low-quality parts wear out faster, reduce performance, and sometimes even put your safety at risk. A substandard brake rotor or suspension component can fail sooner than expected, forcing you back into the shop for the same repair, again at a higher cost. The safest move is to ask to see the parts before they're installed, Check the part numbers and confirm whether they're OEM. When you verify the parts yourself, it's much harder for anyone to slip in a cheaper replacement unnoticed. Scam number 13. Quick fix overkill. Sometimes a simple fix is made to look like a major repair. Mechanics call it quick fix overkill, and it's a trick that can cost you hundreds. They might see a minor issue, like a loose hose, worn belt, or small leak, and convince you it needs a full system replacement. Suddenly, a $50 repair becomes a $500 job. The sneaky part is how it's presented. Shops use technical terms and show you components that look damaged. Even if they're still functional, they'll often exaggerate wear, saying, "This could fail at any moment," making you feel like you have no choice but to approve the expensive repair. What most drivers don't realize is that reputable mechanics rarely recommend full replacements for small, isolated issues. Often, a patch or minor adjustment would suffice. Yet many shops push the bigger job because it maximizes profit. The best defense is to ask for the small fix first or request a second opinion. Understanding exactly what needs repair and what's just a scare tactic can save you hundreds of dollars and prevent unnecessary replacements that wear out your wallet faster than your car. Scam number 12. Free diagnostics trap. Many shops advertise free diagnostics, but this can quickly turn into a costly trap. On the surface, it sounds great. Who doesn't want to know what's wrong with their car for free? The problem is what comes next. Once your car is in their bay, mechanics often find, or claim to find, problems that require expensive repairs. And because you agreed to the diagnostic, you're now a target for upsells. The tricky part is that the free part usually only covers the scanning of your car's computer codes. It doesn't cover the time it takes to inspect, interpret, or recommend repairs. And that's where the charges sneak in. A simple code like a loose gas cap can suddenly be described as a major engine issue if you're not careful. Many drivers don't know that legitimate diagnostics can often be done independently or by checking the owner's manual first. Shops may also pressure you by saying, "If we don't fix this now, it could fail on the road," creating urgency that isn't necessary. The smartest move is to get a detailed written report before agreeing to repairs. Ask what's actually covered in the free diagnostic and verify which repairs are truly needed. This way, you avoid paying for problems that don't exist. Scam number 11. Overcharging for oil changes. Oil changes are one of the most common services, but some shops turn this simple maintenance into a money trap. They might advertise a low price, like $29.99, but by the time you're done, your bill is often $60, $80, or more. How? Extra fees, premium oil upsells, and unnecessary additives get added without clear explanation. The sneaky part is that many drivers don't realize there are multiple ways to inflate the cost. Some shops use higher-priced synthetic oils when your car only needs conventional, or they claim you need engine flushes and other add-ons recommended every oil change. Even labor charges can be padded slightly, small amounts that add up over time. What most car owners don't know is that your owner's manual provides exact oil type and change intervals, and skipping unneeded extras is completely safe in most cases. Many drivers simply trust the shop and pay, thinking it's routine. The best defense is to ask exactly what type of oil is being used, confirm the quantity, and check the price before any service starts. By knowing what's standard, you can avoid paying for add-ons or overpricing that don't benefit your engine. Scam number 10. Brake pad upcharges. Brake pads are one of the most frequently replaced parts on a car, but some shops turn a routine replacement into a hefty bill. They might claim you need premium pads, or upsell additional services like rotor resurfacing or brake fluid flushes, even when your current pads are perfectly fine. Bills can jump from $150 to $400 in a single visit. The sneaky part is how it's presented. Mechanics will often point to minor wear or slight grooves and call it dangerous. They might say, "You need these high-performance pads now, or your brakes could fail." Many drivers don't realize that standard brake pads meet safety requirements and last thousands of miles beyond what the shop claims. Most people also don't know that rotors often don't need resurfacing unless they're warped, and brake fluid only needs replacing at manufacturer-recommended intervals. By convincing you to do everything at once, shops maximize profits while scaring you into thinking it's urgent. The safest approach is to inspect your brakes independently or ask for a second opinion. Compare what's recommended with your owner's manual and don't feel pressured into upgrades. This way, you only pay for what's actually needed, keeping your brakes safe and your wallet intact. Scam number 9. Tire switching. Some drivers have paid for new tires only to leave the shop with the same old ones. This is the sneaky tire switching scam. Shops may replace just 1 or 2 tires, or none at all, while charging you for a full set. Sometimes they even swap your old tires onto a different rim, or rotate them, making it hard to notice. The trick is subtle. Mechanics rely on the fact that most car owners don't check the serial numbers, tread depth, or sidewall codes before leaving. By the time you notice the difference, it's often too late to dispute the bill. Some shops even resell the tires you thought were new, which means you're paying for someone else's used tires. Most people don't realize that keeping records of your tire purchase, including serial numbers and photos, can protect you. Inspect tires immediately before leaving the shop and make sure the new tires match the specifications on your receipt. The bottom line, always verify what's being installed, and don't trust verbal assurances alone. A few minutes of inspection can save you hundreds of dollars and prevent driving on tires that aren't really yours. Scam number 8. Battery swap scams. Batteries are one of those parts people rarely think about replacing, and that's exactly why some shops target them. Many drivers don't realize that a quality original battery can easily last 5 years or more. Yet, some mechanics push a replacement far earlier, claiming your battery is weak or about to fail, turning a perfectly good battery into an unnecessary expense. The trick is in the testing. Shops often use vague diagnostics or quick voltage checks, then exaggerate the results. You might be told, this could leave you stranded tomorrow, even when the battery is holding a solid charge. Most drivers trust the authority and don't question it, paying hundreds for a replacement they don't need. What many people don't know is that a battery's life depends on mileage, climate, and driving habits. Hot climates and short trips can shorten it, but in normal conditions, the original battery usually lasts years. The best defense is to check the battery's manufacture date, monitor voltage yourself, and ask for proof of failure. Don't let pressure or fear trick you into swapping a perfectly good battery. Scam number 7. Fluid overfill or overcharge. Fluids are essential for your car, but some shops turn this routine maintenance into a hidden money grab. They'll overfill oil, coolant, or transmission fluid, and then charge you for extra service or additional top-ups. Over time, these small overcharges can add up to hundreds of dollars a year. The sneaky part is that overfilling can actually harm your vehicle. Too much engine oil can cause foaming, reduced lubrication, and even engine damage. Extra coolant or transmission fluid can put unnecessary pressure on seals, leading to leaks. Yet many drivers don't notice because the changes are subtle until it's too late. Shops may also use vague language on the invoice like system flush or top-off service, making it sound standard. Many people assume this is required and pay without question, unaware that their car's owner's manual provides exact fluid capacities and intervals. The safest way to protect yourself is to check fluid levels yourself after service, or at least ask the mechanic to show you the dipsticks. Knowing exactly how much oil, coolant, or transmission fluid your car needs makes it much harder for shops to sneak in overcharges or unnecessary services. A little attention can save money and prevent costly damage down the road. Scam number 6. Misdiagnosed check engine light. The check engine light is one of the scariest warnings for drivers, and some shops know it. They see that little light and immediately suggest expensive repairs, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The problem? Most of the time, the codes themselves don't tell you exactly what's broken. A scan will give a code like P0301 or P0420, but these are just indicators. For example, a P0301 code simply means cylinder 1 is misfiring. It doesn't tell you if it's a spark plug, ignition coil, fuel injector, or even a vacuum leak. A P0420 code signals a catalytic converter efficiency issue, which could be caused by oxygen sensors, exhaust leaks, or even old spark plugs. Many drivers don't know this and take the shop's word for it, approving costly repairs they don't need. Some mechanics take advantage of this ambiguity, claiming the engine is at risk and pushing full replacements immediately. Most of these repairs are either unnecessary or can be solved with a much simpler fix. The safest approach is to ask for the exact code and what it indicates, and if possible, get a second opinion. Even a basic diagnostic by a trusted mechanic can save hundreds and prevent you from paying for repairs that aren't needed. Knowledge is your best protection against this common scam. Scam number 5, the timing belt panic. Timing belts are one of the parts people fear the most, and some shops know exactly how to use that fear. Mechanics may tell you your timing belt needs immediate replacement, even if it's nowhere near the recommended mileage, painting a picture of catastrophic engine failure if you don't act now. The sneaky part is that most cars have timing belts that last 60,000 to 100,000 miles, sometimes even longer if properly maintained. Many drivers don't check their owner's manual and assume the shop's warning is urgent. Mechanics may even exaggerate the risk by saying, if it breaks, your engine could be destroyed, which sounds terrifying. But in reality, a well-maintained belt usually fails gradually, giving clear signs before catastrophic damage occurs. Another tactic is to combine this panic with upsells, like water pump replacement, tensioner kits, or full engine inspection. Suddenly, what could be a $300 to $500 belt replacement becomes a $1,200 to $1,500 bill. The best defense is to know your car's recommended timing belt interval, check service records, and ask for proof of wear if the mechanic claims immediate replacement is needed. Staying informed prevents fear-driven decisions and ensures you only pay for necessary maintenance. Scam number 4. The most common scam: unneeded brake or tire services. Brakes and tires are the most common excuses shops use to pull in extra money. Mechanics often tell drivers they need brake pads, rotors, or tire replacements far sooner than necessary. This is the scam most people fall for because brakes and tires are directly tied to safety, making it easy to pressure you into paying hundreds of dollars immediately. The sneaky part is how it's presented. Mechanics may point to minor wear on pads or slight grooves on rotors and call it urgent. With tires, they might exaggerate tread wear, claiming it's unsafe even when it meets legal and manufacturer standards. Many drivers don't realize that pads can last 30,000 to 70,000 miles depending on driving style, and tires often remain safe well beyond what the shop claims. Some shops combine this with upsells like rotor resurfacing, brake fluid flushes, or tire balancing, making the bill skyrocket. Most people pay because they assume the work is essential for safety. The safest approach is to check your brakes and tires yourself or with a trusted second opinion and compare against your owner's manual. By knowing what's truly necessary, you avoid panic-driven replacements, save money, and still keep your car safe on the road. Scam number 3. Internal engine damage. Panic. They might say your pistons are scored, or your bearings are failing, and suddenly a minor issue becomes a catastrophic problem. Bills can skyrocket into the thousands before you even know what's real. The tricky part is that most engine codes or noises don't automatically mean severe internal damage. A knocking sound could be a simple lifter issue, low-quality fuel, or carbon buildup, not a failing engine. Yet mechanics use technical language to scare you into approving expensive repairs immediately. Many drivers, fearing a complete engine failure, just pay. Most people don't realize that engines often show minor symptoms years before catastrophic failure, and many repairs can be addressed without replacing major components. Even a compression test or oil analysis can give you clear evidence of actual damage, instead of relying on a mechanic's word alone. The best defense is to ask for proof, documented tests, or a second opinion from a trusted source. Knowledge and verification stop fear-driven decisions. By staying calm and informed, you avoid paying for unnecessary repairs while keeping your engine running safely. Scam number 2. Hidden fees and small parts. Some of the sneakiest charges come in small, almost invisible forms. Shops often add hidden fees or mark up tiny parts, and before you know it, your bill has jumped hundreds of dollars. It could be a $5 hose clamp, $10 bolt, or even a shop supply fee for rags and cleaners. Everything conveniently added without much explanation. The tricky part is that these charges are buried in the invoice. Many drivers don't scrutinize line items and assume they're standard. A $50 miscellaneous fee or multiple small parts can easily add up to $200 to $300 over a single service. Because the amounts seem minor, people often pay without questioning them. Most car owners don't realize that many small parts can be sourced cheaply on your own, or that some shop fees are completely unnecessary. By asking for a clear breakdown of all charges before approving work, you can spot inflated costs or hidden line items. The best defense is to review your invoice carefully, ask what every line item is for, and keep a list of recurring charges. Staying vigilant stops shops from quietly padding your bill and ensures you only pay for what your car actually needs. Scam number 1. Overpriced car wash or detailing upsell. Many drivers are surprised to learn that even something as simple as a car wash can be a money trap. Some shops use the service as a way to upsell expensive detailing packages, charging $50, $75, or even $150 for work that could cost $15 to $25 elsewhere. The sneaky part is how it's presented. Mechanics might say, "We noticed dirt in hard-to-reach areas, plus scratches that need polishing," making it sound urgent to protect your car's finish. They may even combine it with minor cosmetic touch-ups or engine bay cleaning, inflating the bill without providing real value. Most drivers assume this is part of proper maintenance and pay without questioning it. What most people don't realize is that routine cleaning and basic detailing can be done safely at home or at a local shop for a fraction of the cost. Expensive packages rarely extend the life of your car's paint or interior, especially if your car is well maintained. The smartest approach is to ask exactly what services are included, check prices elsewhere, and avoid being pressured into add-ons. Being informed ensures you don't pay extra for cosmetic work that isn't necessary, saving money while keeping your car looking great. Now you know the 17 mechanic scams most drivers fall for. Protect your car and your wallet by staying informed. If this helped you, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Check out the next video below to learn even more tips on avoiding costly car repairs.